This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Bracing for snow, we have about 2 feet worth of coverage next. I hope you're home, I hope you're safe, and I want to thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr, and this is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information. And here's our headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The National Weather Service has issued a winter storm warning in effect from 8 p.m. tonight until 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Today, Governor Tom Wolf signed a proclamation of disaster emergency. The proclamation is not a state of emergency, as it does not prohibit vehicular travel on Commonwealth roads, but motorists are strongly encouraged to delay all unnecessary travel and heed road closures that may be in place. Our Lisa Sugart has important information for those who must venture out.
James May is with us. He is the district press officer for PennDOT. The big question is, are you ready?
This is a very, very busy day here for us, but yes, we are ready. We had a small window of time between the last snowstorm last week and the one that's supposed to come in overnight tonight and then into tomorrow. So we do feel like we're ready. We've been doing a lot of preparation with our vehicles, making sure all of the maintenance is done on those. We had to change some snow plows out, but our big concern with this snowstorm is not really the amount of snow that we're getting, because a snowplow can push away 2 feet of snow just as easily as it can push away 2 inches of snow, but rather it's the rate at which the snow is coming. When you've got predictions saying that it might be up to 2 inches per hour, that means when a snowplow goes by your house, 30 minutes later, you could have an inch of snow on the ground. So the best advice that we have for people is to simply stay home, because there's no way that we'll be able to keep up with the rate at which the snow is coming down.
Now, you have extra help coming in, too, for this storm.
We do. They're called mobile emergency teams, and this is something that we started a few years ago that will bring in different teams from across the state. I know that in District 4, we're getting, it looks like, 5 or 6 plows and drivers who will be coming out from the Erie area. So they're on their way right now, heading east. They're coming over here. And then to the southeast of us, they'll be getting some as well. So it's a way that we can use resources across the state. Some of the areas that won't be getting hit as hard, they can send some of their equipment and personnel our direction to help us out, because looks like here in the northeast, north central Pennsylvania area is going to be getting hit very, very hard.
So you have enough supplies to get you through all of this, and do you call in like everybody?
We do. We go into 24/7 round-the-clock operations, and we do have plenty of supplies. Hard to believe, just a few weeks ago it was 75 degrees here in northeastern Pennsylvania, so it's relatively been a pretty mild winter so far for us, and we've had last winter as well was pretty mild for us. So we have plenty of supplies, plenty of equipment, and like I said before, we have this window of time that we were able to go in and get all of the equipment serviced to make sure that it's operational and ready. So we feel like we're ready, and we're bringing in extra resources. We're also calling in some rental companies that we work with, and we have some private contractors that we work with as well, so we're bringing them in as well. So from our end, we've done all the preparations that we can. Now we're just waiting for the storm to come in.
And you told me that you already know there's going to be reduced speed limits.
We had a WebEx this morning with central office and the governor's office, and we're looking at probably around midnight we will be reducing the speeds down to 45 miles an hour on the interstates. In the last big storm like this, we ended up actually putting some restrictions on the interstates, and a lot of times those are with large trucks where just because of the wind that can catch some of those trucks. So it's going to be really important to make sure that you stay up to date and to keep posted. The best advice is not to go out, unless you absolutely have to for some emergency situation, to stay home. But then there will be some areas of roadway that we will have some additional restrictions on, speed limit restrictions, and also some just basically banning certain trucks on the interstates a lot of times with this type of storm.
Are those the type of reductions in that come with a state of emergency?
It is. A state of emergency will specify some of that type of things, where we have speed reductions, where we have certain bans put in place. But then that also allows us to make some on-the-spot decisions where normally we would have to go through a central office or get some other approval on things. A state of emergency allows us to make some just on-the-spot decisions and really expedite some things for us. So it's beneficial to us, but it also will specify some of the specific restrictions for the public as well, what they can and can't do and where that is taking place.
And you wanted to stress the 511 PA because you can actually see the roads and where the plows have gone.
Exactly, and we talk about that a lot. I know I've been on the show before and talked about 511pa.com. You can go on there and actually see a number of traffic cameras, but also see where the plow has been. And in a storm like this, that is absolutely critical because, like I said before, once the plow goes past your house, if you go 30 minutes later, there could be an inch of snow on the ground 30 minutes after it goes past. So if you do have to go out, it may be a good idea for you to go on there, look and see where the plow is, find out when it's coming by your house. And you can normally kind of track, you can see where it's been and determine from that where it's headed to. And then try to get behind that plow. Stay plenty far back from it that you're not getting salt all over your car. But if you do have to go somewhere, it may be a good idea for you to jump behind that snow plow. And that's normally the best place to be in a storm like this. But if you don't have to go out, don't go out.
Excellent advice from James May from PennDOT. Again, 511pa.com, or else you can download the app, as he's told us in the past, to get the view of where the trucks are and how the roads are looking. And also you can go to our Facebook page for continuous updates as well.
Thanks, Lisa. As of 10 p.m. tonight, there will be a 45-mile-per-hour speed limit on all interstates and expressways east of Interstate 99 and including I-99. Plus, there will be a ban on tandem truck trailers, empty trailers, towed trailers, buses, recreational vehicles, and motorcycles. Again, that is as of 10 p.m. tonight. Hazelton's snow ban goes into effect at 6 p.m. today. Mayor Jeff Cassatt says police and parking enforcement will be deployed. Any vehicle obstructing emergency vehicles will be towed. There's no parking on the north side and east sides of the street and no parking in alleys and courts. Hazelton Public Transit says there will be no bus service tomorrow. Snow bans go into effect at 6 p.m. for Hazel Township, Weatherly, and West Hazelton. West Hazelton Mayor Frank Schmidt is declaring a state of emergency beginning at 6 a.m. tomorrow and remaining in effect until further notice. West Hazelton garbage pickup will be Thursday and not Wednesday, and tomorrow's West Hazelton Council meeting is canceled. The Laurel Mall will be closed tomorrow. Mall management anticipates reopening Wednesday at noon. However, check our Facebook page for updates. Anchor stores may vary. Freeland snow parking ban took effect at 4 p.m. today. Tonight's Butler Township Supervisors meeting is postponed until Thursday at 9 a.m. in the Municipal Building. The Hazelton Catholic Deanery's Road to Resurrection Lenten series is canceled. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazelton's Lunch and Learn for tomorrow is canceled. The Hazelton Health and Wellness Center is closed tomorrow. It will reopen Wednesday at 8 a.m. The McAdoo Prime Timers meeting set for Wednesday is rescheduled to March 22nd at 1 p.m. Also, we have received word that Pretium Packaging in Humboldt will shut down tonight at 11 p.m. and reopen Wednesday at 6 a.m. Now, for more cancellations, go to facebook.com/SSPTV News, and we will also be scrolling information throughout the storm on the bottom of your screen right here on SSPTV. Meanwhile, caution is the word for anyone going outside. Lisa Sugart is back and she explains.
Well, with the weather forecast, one place that is certain to be busy is the American Patient Transport Systems Incorporated, otherwise known as APTS. Dennis Gantz is their Director of Marketing and Education. Are you ready?
No. No, we're ready. It's another snowstorm for our Northeast PA, and we're used to it as far as the emergency services are concerned. We're gearing up, as well as all the other agencies around the area are gearing up in anticipation of the forecast.
So what advice do you have for people so that hopefully they won't need to call you or they won't have an emergency?
Well, I think the one thing you want to keep in mind is it's going to be a lot of snow coming down very, very quick. You're not going to be able to keep up with it. So limit your time outside. Allow yourself a little bit of time if you're going to go out and maybe clear your steps, clear your walkway so you can get in and out if you have to. But for the most part, if you don't have to go anywhere tomorrow, from what every indication is, stay home, stay off the roadways. There's going to be a lot of work between the local street departments and PennDOT trying to keep the roadways clear and keeping up with the storm. And the emergency services and everything will be out and about. But stay home if you don't have to. That's the biggest advice if you don't have to go.
Now, if someone does have an emergency, are they sitting at home thinking, I better not call because they're already busy?
No, absolutely. If you're having an emergency, whether it's a medical emergency, if you happen to have to be out on the roadway and you're in an accident, please dial 911. That's what we're here for. We are equipped to be able to get out into and wherever you're at in this weather. Please keep in mind that we are going to be delayed just as everybody is with the snow. We'll travel as safely and as quickly to you as we possibly can. But if you do need us, call us. We're going to come and help you.
Whether we're venturing out by foot or by vehicle in this storm, if we have to, you want to make sure everybody's dressed appropriately.
Yeah, it is going to be cold. There's going to be a lot of wind. The temperatures aren't going to be that warm. So make sure you're covered up. Limit your exposed skin. Dress warm layers if you have to be out.
Great advice from Dennis, but if you do have to make a call for help, please don't hesitate to do so. Hopefully, you won't be busy.
We hope not, but we're there if someone needs our help.
All righty. Good advice. Please take it. Stay safe in this storm, and we can all get through it safely.
Thanks, Lisa and Dennis. Tonight we have a shout out for Jennifer Wood, one of our fans on Facebook. Thank you, Jennifer, for the support. Like SSPTV News' Facebook page for your chance at a news shout out. Coming up in sports, we'll hear from a number of our local athletes who participated in the state wrestling championships, including Hazleton area's Jimmy Hoffman, who finished second in the state in his weight class. Plus, we have the complete weather forecast after this break.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce will once again present a red carpet breakfast, and this time the people that will be featured during this breakfast will be from Can Do, the local industrial organization. Here to tell us about it is Leanne Falabelle. She's the Vice President of Marketing for the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. A great opportunity for people to find out what Can Do is all about.
Exactly. It's happening next week, March 22nd. We'll be at Top of the 80s. And as you said, our guest speaker is going to be Can Do, our economic development organization here in Hazleton, our sister organization of the Chamber. And they're going to provide an overview of everything that Can Do does, everything that Can Do has done in the past, the history of Can Do, and also just moving forward what their plans are to make Greater Hazleton area a better place to live, work, and play.
I would think a lot of businesses will be coming out for this, so they want to make their reservations to come out to make sure they have a seat.
Yes, exactly. Our breakfast programs are very popular, so we do ask people to make reservations in advance. We included in the breakfast is obviously a full breakfast, so we'll have something to eat, and then President Kevin O'Donnell from Can Do will be providing the presentation.
Alrighty. Again, this is taking place on March 22nd at 7:45 at the Top of the 80s restaurant. The cost is $20 for members of the Chamber and $25 for non-members. As Leanne said, you can register online or you can give them a call. Be part of this to find out what's happening right here in our area with Can Do.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Please remember animals in this winter storm. Keep your pets in mind with the cold and the snow in our area. Make sure they are warm and safe, just like the rest of your family. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service tonight. Snow mainly after midnight. The snow could be heavy at times, low of 20 degrees. New snow accumulation of around 6 inches. For our Tuesday now, lots of snow. Areas of blowing snow after 2 p.m. High of 26 degrees. New snow accumulation of around 16 inches. At night, snow likely before 2 a.m. Areas of blowing snow before 8 p.m. The wind chill will feel like 0 degrees. Wind gusts in the mid-30s, 30 miles per hour. New snow accumulation of around 3 inches. Wednesday, scattered snow showers, cloudy with a high near 22. It will be windy again with wind gusts as high as 37 miles per hour. Wednesday night, a slight chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, low of 11 degrees. Once again, it will be windy. For Thursday, the sun comes out, mostly sunny, high in the mid-20s. Thursday night, partly cloudy, low of 12 degrees. Friday will be mostly sunny with a high high of 32. And then Friday night, 40% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, low of 21. Please remember to adopt a fire hydrant in your area. Shovel that out for safety and make sure there's a path to your home just in case of emergency if the emergency personnel have to get to your house. Let's take a look at our midday winning lottery numbers before we go to break. When we come back, we'll have coverage from the PIAA Wrestling Championships in Hershey.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Let's check out some of the blood, sweat, and tears from the PIAA State Wrestling Championships in Hershey. This was the third meeting between Hazleton area's Jimmy Hoffman and Council Rock South's Zach Trampe. This time it was at the Giants Center on the championship mat in the state AAA 132-pound competition. Hoffman won the first two bouts, and this one was tied at 2 in the first period after Trampe got a takedown, and Hoffman responded with a reversal, and he almost got more.
I was feeling good at that point. If I was able to keep him on his back a little bit longer, I think I might have even be able to lock something up a little bit tighter and get the fall, but obviously that didn't happen that way, but it is what it is.
Trampe scored on 2 escapes and won the bout and the state title 4-2. After grabbing his second silver medal in as many years, the all-time wins leader at the Hazleton Area High School met with the media.
I saw the look in your eyes since last year. You wanted the top, and I know it's probably hard to process right now. What are you going through right now?
It's not getting any easier, I can tell you that much, but looking back on it, I had a great career. 161 wins, 26 losses. 2-time state runner-up, finalist. It's definitely a fun ride, a blast.
161 wins. Of course, records are made to be broken, so I'm hoping there's some kid out there listening to this, reading the paper tomorrow, doing something that says, hey, Coach, I'm going to break that. I like that, but, that's going to be they better talk to Jimmy Hoffman because the amount of work that he put in to get to where he's at right now with 2-time runner-up in the state tournament, 161 wins, the stuff that he's done. I hope you're at home working right now.
The Hazleton area Cougars won the Wyoming Valley Conference and District 2 team championships this year. 2 of their 5 seniors with 100 wins were at the state championships, Hoffman and Carson Kinney. Kinney battled his way to the quarterfinals at 195 pounds and just missed the medal stand in his first trip to states.
What was one great moment you've had this year?
I think making the regional finals and knowing I was coming here, that was pretty special because I did work hard all my 4 years to make it here. And after I won in the semis, our regionals, it was a pretty good moment.
What can you and Jimmy kind of talk about? What did you kind of tell each other?
You look at the positives. I know it didn't end the way we both wanted to, but he got second place. He's a 2-time medalist, and I got down here. It's just, you look at the positives because that's all you really, we both had good careers, so.
Tanner McHugh's goal during his senior year was to improve upon his 8th place finish at states last year.
I definitely wanted to improve. I knew all that hard work I did in the off season was not going to be just to make it out here again and not place. So I wanted to make sure last year people knew it wasn't just a fluke. So I battled really hard, improved myself, took 6th place, battled through some tough kids, and I can't be ashamed of my career this season at all. I'm proud of myself.
How did you improve? You said you put a lot of work in. What work did you put in?
Well, I was driving all over the state to get new practice partners. During the season, in the off season, I went out to Fargo, North Dakota, competed there, wrestled tough kids all over the state in different high-level tournaments. And I knew I just wanted to improve myself when it came to here, and it paid off. So.
Monoy area junior Matt Lewandowski earned a 6th place finish in the AA 170-pound competition.
Did you learn anything while you were out here when you say getting experience? What do you think you'll put into next year then?
Definitely. Getting used to the big stage, especially coming out here and having thousands of people out here in the Giant Center and just looking down on you, it's awesome.
What was your most proud moment of being here? Can you look back to a highlight or something they look back on and you're like, all right, I'm going to remember that?
Oh, man, I don't even know. Just the whole thing. Coming out here, winning my first match especially. You're going to remember that for your life, coming out here and getting that first win.
It's an experience like no other. Time will put the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat in perspective. These young men are now a part of an exclusive fraternity. They are Giants of Pennsylvania Wrestling. They represented their schools and their hometowns on wrestling's biggest stage in the Keystone State. McHugh is still making up his mind about college, and Hoffman is off to Lehigh University next year. And we have more coverage coming your way from the sweetest place on earth this week. On Wednesday, we'll have a feature story on Jimmy Hoffman. Right now, it's time for Ron Marchetti.
Kansas, North Carolina, Gonzaga, and Villanova are the #1 seeds for March Madness. 2 of those teams were beaten by a team that did not make the NCAA tournament. Can you name that team? Hi, everybody. This is Trivia Treats, and the answer to that is Indiana. That was just an eye-opener. Now let's get serious. People take football pretty serious in the USA, but many people in England take their soccer very serious, dangerously serious. In fact, overcrowding at soccer matches in England is pretty common. But every once in a while, overcrowding causes tragedy. On this very day, in 1946, during a soccer match in Bolton, England, a crowd in excess of 85,000, at least 15,000 above capacity, jammed into the home grounds of the Bolton Wanderers for an important match. Those unable to buy tickets entered free by climbing over closed turnstiles and through a closed gate after the lock was picked. During the first half, 2 barriers in the standing room area only collapsed, and the crowd fell forward, crushing those underneath, causing 33 deaths and more than 400 injuries. The game was stopped, but play resumed 26 minutes later when officials feared that sending the crowd home before the conclusion might cause more tragedy. Consequences, many of those who perished were laid on the sidelines and covered with coats while the 2 teams played to a scoreless draw. Mother of God, that catastrophe happened 71 years ago today. Now, I can't go out of here tonight following that, so let's go much lighter. What is the NCAA record for most punts by 2 teams in one game? Does anyone know that? I don't think so. It happened on November 11th, 1939 at Shreveport, Louisiana, and one of the strangest and most boring collegiate football games in history. A driving rainstorm persisted throughout the game. Both coaches decided to punt frequently, hoping the opposition would fumble the football. Texas Tech punted 38 times and Centenary 38, which ranks #1 and 2 in the college football record book for most punts in one game by one team. Texas Tech ran the football only 12 times from scrimmage, 10 runs and actually 2 passes, netting -1 yard. The 2 squads punted 67 times on first down, including 22 consecutive plays in the second half. So the correct answer to that question, what's the record for most punts in one game, is 77. That's the NCAA record for sure, and I think you could include pro and high school also. Till Friday, be a good sport. I'm saying picking Kentucky to go all the way, and stay loose.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Stanley Hilligus of Hazel Township. Arrangements will be announced by the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Elizabeth Gresh of Freeland. Services were held Monday from the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home. Nancy D. Leichman of the Hazelton area. Services will be held privately and under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. And Helen Duffalo of Hazelton. Services were held Monday and under the direction of the Joseph B. Conahan Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Gerald DeBalco of Claire's. Gerald, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Be safe, stay home tonight, and watch an all-new Out of Left Field at 8 p.m. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.